Okay, part number 2. A little bit on water harvesting. And a little bit about process. So, like I said, we didn't own this side of the land right away. 17 years ago, we bought this house, was already built, and we have been retrofitting sustainability into it. So this is what it looked like from this direction 13 years ago. And all those bricks you can see on the ground there were already here and left over from building, and we just used it to help us think through what kind of designs. So we use permaculture, which means permanent culture. How do we design systems that sustain themselves over time and adapt over time? And you can see there, that circle became the water tank. There were little trees that we worked around, and now they've become big vines and big trees. That's one that we worked around. The pond that was planned became the pond here, and it has just a simple little pump. It changed quite a lot over the years. Let me show you what happened when the first rains came. 2004, so just 1 year later. That's what happens. The earth, if you work with nature, it works with you. And a lot of these are local species. So at the very beginning, there was a lot of sun in this area. As we expanded our land, we decided to move these kinds of plants somewhere else and let this side go more into a natural forest of fruits and firewood and fibers and medicines and different things we need. So every time the rain comes around, that was showing 1 year in a dry season. So this is the dusty dry season. When the rains come, look what happens. It explodes. It's a little bit hard to see here, and I didn't pick the best time of night to come outside. But if you take advantage of the rainy seasons, and you allow things to grow and manage them well, you can really get a lot of use out of a little bit of space. There are hundreds of foods now in our yard. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, animal foods, staples, fats, all the food groups that are needed. So there's several ways that we water harvest here. One, you can see the tank that comes off the roof. And I also have a book that I can share with you that has some of the calculations and designs, but you don't have to build a tank. You can do ponds. You can do ponds in the ground. In the back here, we don't have any tanks or anything, and you can see that tree. So we harvest straight into, that's a big avocado tree, but there's other trees there as well. And oh, and I can see little avocados coming. Gorgeous. So when you have all this organic matter on the ground, which is what other people sweep away, the water sinks into the water table and fills it up, and then plants tap into it. And this is the dry season in Malawi, and things are thriving. So over here as well, you can see we keep the organic matter on the ground. So why do people clear it? People clear it because they feel like it's dirty. So we have to do a lot of education about what dirty is and what clean is. If you sweep away all this organic matter, this is what's actually dirty, is the dirt. So we talk about covering the dirt to reduce the amount of dust and the amount of mud in the rainy season. So it's actually cleaner when we have that mulch. Okay, I'm going to leave these pictures behind, and we're going to walk over to my field. I'm going to turn off again, and we'll turn back on in a little bit.